How's it going, everyone? It's time for another Black Ops 2 class setup, and the title of this one is Super Stealth. That's right, not just stealth, this is Super Stealth, baby. We're not just combining the Ghost perk and a suppressor and calling it a stealth loadout. This is all about achieving maximum stealthiness and remaining undetected from everything and everyone in game. So that means we're not just hiding from those UAVs and staying off the minimap. We're going to make use of all those perks which help us stay undetected, which includes hiding from enemy air support, hiding from those drones, and of course those new targeting systems. So let's get started and take a look at some weapons and equipment setup for this super stealth loadout. A suppressed weapon is going to be mandatory for a stealth loadout, and when equipping a suppressor it's important to consider your weapon's range. Because those suppressors reduce the range of your weapon, you want to select a weapon which has good range to begin with. Many of the assault rifles and SMGs in Black Ops 2 drop off to a really low damage figure at long range, which equates to up to a 6-shot kill. So choosing a weapon with high damage figures and decent range is going to allow you to maintain a usual 3 to 4 shot kill out to those medium ranges. Fire rate doesn't matter so much when choosing a stealth weapon because you're not going to be engaging into head-to-head gunfights. Instead, you can make your way around the map and flank the bad guys from the side or from behind. So that leaves those semi-automatic rifles a perfect choice. As standard, they've got some really nice damage figures and they can reach out to some exceptional ranges. The FAL has become a fan favourite, so we'll use that for our super stealth loadout, and the two attachments we'll go for are select fire and of course the suppressor. That select fire attachment is going to convert the FAL from semi-automatic to full automatic, and while the combination of select fire plus the suppressor is really going to drastically reduce the range of the weapon, you're still going to be able to get a nice 3-shot kill at any range. Another benefit of the FAL is its exceptionally low recoil, which means you're going to be able to take out enemies anywhere on the map, even those snipers off in the distance, as long as you've got a clear line of sight. We've only spent 3 points so far in the weapons section, so while you could go with the secondary weapon, I don't think it's really that necessary for a super stealth loadout. It's not like you're going to be stuck deep in the action trying to fight your way out of hordes of bad guys. Instead, you can pick a few people off and use that stealth to your advantage to disappear into the shadows, reload and then pop out to spring your next surprise attack. So we'll stick to just using these 3 points for now and put the rest of the points towards perks to achieve all those stealth abilities. So perks wise, we're going to choose every single option which grants some kind of stealth advantage, which helps us remain undetected from something in game. The first obvious choice is going to be Ghost, just to help us hide from those UAVs. The combination of Ghost plus the suppressor is one of the most crucial loadouts in Black Ops 2. There's no point in equipping Ghost to stay off the radar and then using an unsilenced weapon because we'll just show up as a little red dot wherever we've opened fire. The only time we might show up on the radar is when we've stood still for a second when taking an enemy out. But as long as you relocate after taking out a couple of bad guys and not sit around head glitching a particular location, there's no way the enemy players are going to be able to hunt you out. Because this is the super stealth loadout, we want to remain undetected from enemy score streak rewards and air support. The last thing you want when you've made your way halfway around the map on your flanking manoeuvres is to be gunned down by an enemy helicopter or drone. So to equip these two tier 1 perks, we'll need to use the perk 1 Greed wildcard, which adds another 3 points onto our overall pick 10 system. Toughness is usually a really handy second tier perk, but because we're not entering in onto those head-to-head gunfights, it's not quite as crucial. So instead we'll go with the cold-blooded perk to remain undetected by those player aircraft, as well as being invisible to those new targeting systems. These are only really quite small benefits, but one of the main features of cold-blooded is that it eliminates your little red name sign above your head. So that's really going to help you stay undetected while nipping in and out of the shadows by any enemy players who might glance your way. Then there's only one more stealth perk that we can take advantage of, and that's Dead Silence, but we'll use the perk 3 Greed wildcard to double up on perk slot number 3 in order to equip Dead Silence plus Extreme Conditioning. Dead Silence probably isn't as useful as it was in previous games, seeing as those footstep sounds aren't quite as prominent, but it's a stealth perk at the end of the day, and it's going to help especially if you're playing free-for-all or search and destroy. And even when playing those larger team games, there are certain surfaces that are recognisable, like the wooden floors on Hijacked. Then Extreme Conditioning doesn't offer any stealth benefits, but that doubled sprint time is going to help you flank the bad guys and make your way around the map to come up behind big groups of bad guys. With that slow firing rifle and the lack of any perks and equipment that's going to help you aim in faster, you want to really make sure that you're attacking from the side or from behind. So with the help of all these perks, you can take the long routes around the map and stay well clear of your own teammates who might be firing an unsuppressed weapon or not using that ghost perk. So that's it for the main class setup. Let's finish it off with a look at some score streak rewards. This is actually a really handy class to achieve those really high score streak rewards if you're wanting to go on kind of a Slayer rampage in game. But for this super stealth loadout, I'm going to recommend the UAV, stealth chopper and the orbital VSAT. It's important to know the whereabouts of those enemy players in order to perform those flanking manoeuvres. The UAV is going to take the guesswork out of where the enemies spawn in and which buildings the enemy players are holding out in. The stealth chopper makes sense for a super stealth loadout, not only because it includes the word stealth, but it can really help rack up those kills to send you to the top of the scoreboard. Then because it's quite easy to rack up nice kill streaks, we'll go with the orbital VSAT, which you can get pretty much straight after the stealth chopper, or even at the same time. And that's just going to allow you to go on another rampage by seeing the exact whereabouts of every enemy player. Knowing which direction those enemies are facing is really handy, so you don't accidentally run into anyone's line of sight. Let's say if someone's aiming at a doorway, you can choose to enter through a window or use another entry point. So give this setup a try in game and let me know how you get on with it. It's amazing how those stealth perks can allow you to run circles around the bad guys. You can often get deep into the enemy's spawn without anyone even noticing you. It's only after 3 or 4 skull icons start popping up that people start wondering what's happening, by which time you can duck back into the shadows and prepare yourself for your next ninja attack. Just remember not to stay still for too long, otherwise you'll pop straight up on the enemy's minimap as that little red dot, so you'll want to be continuously on the move hunting out the enemy's next spawn. So that's about it for the super stealth loadout for Black Ops 2. If you like the idea of this class or if you just enjoyed my video, I'd really love a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and give my videos more widespread exposure. If you've just stumbled across my videos, don't forget you can subscribe to stick around for plenty more of these Black Ops 2 class setups. And also check out my Black Ops 2 weapon guide series, where I share my opinions and recommendations of attachments for the various weapons in multiplayer. Give me a follow on Twitter or Facebook if you want to chat about anything Black Ops 2 related. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.